Hello and welcome to today's video here on Cash Fixes Cars. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to replace a wheel speed sensor in an ND Mazda Miata. If your wheel speed sensor goes bad or if your wire breaks, you'll have a bunch of lights on your dash, including traction control, ABS, and possibly even this vacuum light, which I don't think is totally related to the sensor, but it does come on if the sensor breaks. Let's get right into it. I already have my car up on stand, so I'm going to take off the wheel and show you how to replace one of these things. First thing I'm going to do is remove this wheel and tire, and then once this is off, I'll be able to show you where that sensor actually goes and how to replace it. Alright, I've got that wheel and tire off so you could better see the sensor, and I've got the wheel turned towards me. The sensor is going to be this wire right here. There's a bolt down there that goes into the hub. There's a bolt up here for a bracket, another one here, and then your clip is going to be up behind this fender liner here. This car's pretty dirty, so I'm going to take a minute to clean off all of these fasteners, and then we could go ahead and remove this. Also, I will note that my sensor right now is broken right here, which is why we're replacing it. And your wire should go right up there unless it is broken like mine is. This sensor is held on by two 12mm bolts, one here and one right here, and then a 10mm down here that goes into the hub. I'm going to start with these up here. Get these out of place. And now for this last one right here. Now I just wiggled the sensor out of place. There is an O-ring on it to keep dust and water out. This bracket just fell right off. Yep, so this whole sensor just pulls right off just like that. At this point, your sensor would probably be dangling from up here, and I'll show you how to access that right now. The connector for that sensor is right about here. So to do that, I'm going to remove some of this shielding right here. To do that, these clips have a piece that you pop right out. That wasn't the most graceful, but there's the center piece that pops straight out, and then the clip will be able to free up after that. The way to remove this sensor is to press in on this little lever right here, which will lift this tab up. If just pressing in doesn't lift that up, you could get a small screwdriver under there, but it's best to try to just use this so you don't break anything. Here you could see the new sensor and the old sensor next to each other. I have these sensors linked down below. I bought an aftermarket sensor. It saves a ton of money. So I'm going to throw that in, and I'll let you guys know at the end of the video if it actually solved the problem. But yeah, these sensors were like $32 for both sides. Again, I have them linked down below. So now to get the sensor in place, again, the connector is over here. I'm going to try to get my hands out of the way so you can see well. And that will just clip up into place there. This sensor actually clips in right here. There we go, that's clipped in. And now I've got these bolts started here. I would recommend just starting them before you really tighten everything down, just to make sure that your orientation is right on the sensor. In my case, I'm pretty happy with that. And the last thing to do is to actually put the sensor into place into the hub, just like this. And it will press into place because, again, there's an O-ring that seals it and will hold it so it doesn't move. Now that all that's there, I'm going to go ahead and tighten everything down. Don't go super tight with these bolts. They're not really holding a lot of torque, and they're really just holding the sensor on. So you don't want to break anything off. Just tighten them down enough so they won't back out. All right, great. Now I'm going to pop this paneling back in, put the wheel back on, and then I'll show you that those lights should have gone off on the dash. and I should have functioning traction control and ABS again. All right, and now the moment of truth. I'm gonna start up the car. And we can see that all of those lights are no longer on. All of these lights are just related to the door being open, the parking brake being on, and stuff like that. So this sensor did fix the problem. Again, I have those linked down below to where you could pick them up. And so guys, with that, that's gonna wrap up this video. If this helped solve your problem, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you wanna take it a step further, doing this yourself and doing stuff like buying aftermarket sensors could help save you a ton of money. And if you wanna pass some of that savings on to me so I could keep providing these free instructional videos for you, consider hitting the super thanks button. I would really appreciate it. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.